Welcome back to What Ifs and Maybes, a podcast about the what ifs of our lives and the maybes of our hearts. This is your host, Mads.
And pa!
And Nina here today. Wow, Pow, look at you.
Yeah, I have this cool shades with me right now. How about you, Matt? Look at you.
To all of those listening, I'm wearing a mask. Like, you can't see me, but like, I'm wearing a mask and a fedora hat. And Nina has this mustache. Do you know Nacho Libre? She has that mustache. We all look like villains, guys.
Yeah, just like our prom.
Just like our prompt. Are you ready for this prompt, Pao?
I guess as ready as I'll ever be. So, what if you were a villain? What kind of villain would you be? And what's your master plan? So, what's your master plan, Mad?
Kind of thinking what kind of villain I am. If I am a villain. So at the moment, I'm actually having like this sort of existential crisis. Maybe I'm the villain of my own story. And if I am, I think I'm like that sad villain, like Joker, but only less crazy, maybe. And the master plan would be like trying to save something, but like doing like bad means to get that something. How about you, Pao?
Oh, okay. So my master plan would be stealing the rich
Ooh.
or something like that. Or maybe beating up the bad guys. Not like just regular bad guys who steal because they're hungry or steal because of self-defense, but like really bad guys. Like the top human trafficking, sex offenders. Thank you, Nina. Those type of bad people, corrupt officials, beating them up. That would be like my master plan, I think. So what kind of villain would I be? No idea. I'd be like this sweet, you don't know I'm a villain type of villain, I think. Because I think right now you wouldn't see me as a threat, but I can be a threat kind of villain. Something like that. Right, friends? I believe you don't have to answer that.
Guys, it's a no, by the way. Why did you choose that, Pao?
Why? Because I believe that, people with power
Mm-hmm.
and people who are against those people with power are, I have no idea.
I laughed because
Uh,
I saw that pause from you like that. Like people with power, then I can see you thinking, even behind your shades.
yeah, because words don't come out easily for me. That's me every day. For some people, that then when they see their crush, that's me every day, every second of every day.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're the kind of person who's willing to be a villain to do good.
yeah, something like that. Maybe an anti-hero type of villain, but still a villain. I'd be the villain in another story, but I'd be the anti-hero in mine. So Nina was like, I'm the villain. I'd be like, okay, sweetie. I would be like Nina. Nina would be like, oh, okay, sweetie. Yeah, yeah. But I can't do any of those things.
Nina put this meme for us to see, like this little queen kind of baby who kept saying, I command you to make me a sandwich with really small disposition. And that's Pao. It's Pao. She's small
Yeah.
and she's like that.
But terrible. I'd be terrible, small but terrible if I'm a villain.
When she's pushed to the edge. But that
Yeah.
all never happens. Or if she hides it.
You never know. I'm passive or passive aggressive. It can never be both. Well, it can be both. You don't know that.
She's passive, but then if you push her too much, then she lashes out in caps lock.
Yeah. Well, the only time I caps lock is when I'm stressed. But most of the time, it's not. So, what was your master plan again, Mads? It's something about saving. Saving something in like the wrong way. Something like that. Can you elaborate on that more? Can you like make a scenario?
I feel like I'm the kind of like that sad person if I push into the edge. Actually, I don't know. I don't know what will really push me to the edge. But I feel like if it's something or someone very important to me, then I feel like I'll lose rationality over it. And I'll be like the anti-hero. I'm like that plot twist if I was the villain. Nina said, I'm like that the Ice King. Then he lost the rationality. Yes, I feel like that would be me. Because I don't think I'm the kind of person who will bend the rules just for something because I feel like it's not justifiable to bend a law that should be followed by all. There's a part of be like that. But there's also a part of me who will do the same as Pao. Honestly, there's a big part of me who will do the same thing, but I don't know like at what extent. To what extent will I do it? Nina feels that she's the one who's the real villain. Actually, guys, Nina's really aggressive. Like she's the only you can't hear throughout the episode, but she's the one who speaks them all. Guys, she's the one. We're here as the filtration. We filter Nina's words for you guys.
We would be like the sidekick of Nina, and she'd be like the one who has a master plan in it. I thought of something. What would be like your villain origin story?
Oh, what's yours?
I would be OMG. I hope that this never happens. I like hope that it never happens. But if someone kidnaps or does something to one of my friends or family, that would be like a villain origin story. Ah, that's like my worst nightmare.
Like if you do something to someone I really love, then oh no, I feel like I'm gonna push through the earth and just do all the bad things I know to do, but I don't because it's bad.
Yeah, I understand. Everything that was taught in religion, in school, everything about being nice, that would disappear once something happens to our loved ones. I hope that never happens, but
I hope the FBI.
knocking on wood.
I hope the FBI never hears this episode because I feel like at some point someone will suddenly knock on our doors and be like, "Remember this episode when you were blank years old? You used to say this," and then they'll use it as like some sort of evidence to like link us to a murder party. And that explanation was fake evidence that I watched too many crime shows. But anyway,
Well, we never said about murdering somebody.
yeah, I don't think I can do that. Oh, we're like Batman. So willing to do everything, but remember Batman has that one rule that he never kills anyone. Like he tortures them throughout the ends of Earth, but he never does anything that kill. Yeah. I watched a lot of Batman shows.
Tina said, me and Mads are the kinds of villains that are easily turned back into good.
I
Well,
believe that.
I think so too. I don't even know if I'll be a villain actually. I'll
I
be like, you will rule this day.
my guilt can't catch up. My guilt would be chasing me, so I can't do it really well.
Yeah, I understand. I'll just be only until words, but I'll look for a hacker and then I'll pay the hacker and then threaten blackmail the person who does something wrong. Let's look for a hacker first. But do I know any hackers? No. Am I a hacker? No. Do I know technology? Of course not.
If I answered the same kinds of questions you just did, they would be really different answers, and that would really be in a really tight spot. So let's move on to the next one. I have a question though. What if you are the villain and you thought that you were the main character, but you really were the villain? What would you do?
So Nina said that she would go out in style. Ooh.
You'd go out like you'd push through it in that certain way. Nina's thinking about it, but what would you do, Pao? Well, Nina.
I'm not sure too. What would you do if you were the villain who thought you were a protagonist?
I feel like because I thought that I was a protagonist, I thought I was doing good. But all this time, I was actually part of a bigger mind scheme and I was actually the villain. Like something like that. There's a lot of plots like that. The good thriller plots. And I feel like I'd be in a sort of episode where I got used, I got so used. And then I'll turn the whole anarchy upside down because I don't like being used.
So while Nina is typing, I think I would be so guilty and then leave. And then pay, I would repay what I did. Well, it depends on what villain I was. If I was the villain who killed other people, that would be messed up. I don't think I could ever kill anyone. Well, we'll never know if it's self-defense. So, but if it was like stealing, I don't think I'll ever steal too. But if that ever happened, I would just repay them and then give them 10% more of that, I think. Anyway, I think that's what I would do if like I was the villain in that situation. Nina said that if she was an evil villain but didn't know it, then she would take the spotlight towards the end and be a martyr and overshadow the actual hero with her last-ditch effort. I think so too.
That's so you, Nina. That's so
Yeah.
you. I was supposed to ask something, but then I forgot.
It's okay. You had the power moment. Oh. I'm gonna make that happen.
How's turning into an adjective, guys? Like if you suddenly forget something, you're being too
It's a
proud.
pow
Like
moment.
you're powing it. What? That's wrong. But
You're
anyway,
having a pow moment. I'm trying to make it work, like fit.
like she's trying it like Mean Girls, and Nina's just like shaking her head. I remembered my question. Got distracted by the fact that I have like this grass background, and now I have flowers on my head, and I'm like, what am I? Anyway, guys, might get personal because this is supposed to be like a really light topic for us, right? But I just
Mm,
want to try to ask, was there ever a time in your life
mm.
that you felt like you were a villain? Ooh.
I never actually felt that.
Really? Nina's nodding her head. I have a yes in that question.
For me?
No, like for ourselves.
Oh wait, okay. So if you thought, okay, I'll think about it.
Like, if you have you ever felt in your life that you were a villain in a certain situation?
How about you guys answer first? I will dig deep.
Honestly, since you guys don't know me, and if you suddenly do know me and you listen to this, like I'm just being honest, I'm a person. I grew up from that, but yeah, I was a villain somewhere in my early teens because I think I tried too hard. I tried too hard to be like liked by so many people. Then I didn't realize that I was, not being that good. And it's like when if you're in high school and you have like certain peer groups and they want to know everything, and then you tell them everything, but then you really shouldn't, and then you have that Bridget Jones moment when everything spirals out of control. And like then you understand at the latter part that, oh, it really was my fault, but I didn't need to do that. But it was my fault and I can't even deny it. So there were a lot of instances where I felt like I was the villain in someone else's life.
Was it because of something you did, or was it because something they did, but you tried to defend yourself? I don't.
Both, but mostly on the first one. Like there were times when I was like, oh, I just wanted to do this, but then I realized that I was just doing that because I was acting up for myself and I was
Mhm.
trying to put myself in a higher like manner when I'm really not. And that reputation, where in the end, because I kept doing that, it just really wasn't doing anything for me at all. This is all very vague, but I hope you
A bit.
understood what I was trying to say. I was trying until I realized that I was hurting other people in that way.
Oh, okay, okay. I understand that.
It wasn't anything significant. I just realized that later on that it was a really immature move of me. So I think it was good that I was able to evaluate myself. Yeah, at the time I was even aware that it was wrong, but I couldn't stop it at the time. Maybe because I was too young and I couldn't really control even what I was thinking or acting out. I don't know.
Mm.
Am I the only one who had those kind of like life experiences?
I think the most villainous act I did was fighting with my family. Because I don't think I ever was aggressively fighting with some other people. I was more on ghosting
Mm.
people.
But I get what you mean.
And then, yeah.
And then
And
what?
sometimes I rant, but
Mhm.
I don't think, well, if that's a villainous thing, that would be the villainous act I did.
Oh, I rant all the time.
Yeah.
It's okay to rant with your close friends because you know that it's not something bad. Like you just need something to let go of at the time. That doesn't mean that
Yeah.
you're ranting about. I think you weren't villainous at the time.
I'll dig deep. Let me think. How about you, Nina?
I mean, wow, it's okay if you weren't villainous ever. Because some people, aka me, had really bad choices in life and acted out rather than thinking. And I think it gave me a lot of food for thought. But yeah, I rebelled as well a lot.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, Nina said, I'm gonna be honest. There were times I might have been heavily manipulative, like a quiet, scheming villain, the kind that didn't take the spotlight as a child, especially to dodge certain scenarios. Nina, it's okay. I did the same thing.
Yeah, I think I was able to manipulate other people too, but it was to manipulate them to do something for me.
Yeah, Pao has that thing when she like asks you something and then she really wants it, but then she doesn't say it directly. It's just kind of funny. Yeah, Nina says, now that is the Pao effect.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Pao has that habit.
Not direct habit. I still have that
The habit when
passive, I think.
you ask for something but you say it indirectly. So like we kind of get that you're trying to get it, but like you're not saying it directly because you wanna
I
the person
Yeah,
who.
yeah, yeah. I would also say it's okay even if you don't want to. It's okay.
Yeah, Nita said, I remember that one story, and a lot of people be like, oh, well, it's Pao, so I think Pao.
That's the story. And that's like always how I say it because I don't want to force other people, but that's always just me.
Pao has that character. Not really character, just a bad word for that. Pao has that habit. Pao has that habit when she says things in a very indirect manner, and like, we know it. We accepted it. It's part of Pao.
Nina said the story. Of course, I'm not gonna share it here because it would name things. And then I remember that I was able to manipulate that person to do something for me.
I used to do that a lot when I was in high school. So I'm like, it's okay. But Pao doesn't do it in a harsh manner or like for any bad means. Like she just does it so that people will listen. Like especially the people who don't really listen.
Yeah, I also do it especially for my clients.
I think
Or ano,
work, it really helps if you
yeah,
manipulate, or we call
yeah,
it behavior management. Let's just call it
yeah.
like we have really good behavior management skills.
We're able to manipulate annoying people
Able
for
to
our group.
we're like excusing ourselves, but we're not toxic, guys. It's just in a way like you work through it in a professional.
Yeah, there are people who think so highly of themselves that when you tell them directly that you want them to do something, they would just explode. So you have to mind your wording or quote unquote manipulate them to do that for you. Now that I think about it, I think that would be the kind of villain I am. The
Mm-hmm.
sweet but the villain. Rina wrote people management, brainwashing with extra steps. She also wrote how the activist plan.
I think people who are listening to us would be like, oh, so these people are really bad, but they're not showing it.
No, 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 no.
If we're villain, remember it's a what if
We use our manipulative skills for the good,
for the
for
good.
the good of other people.
Well, it's called having pragmatics, kind of. Like,
Yeah.
oh, Nina put this. Is it a Korean song?
Yeah, it's a Korean.
One of the lines, the first line is actually, we all pretend to be the heroes on the good side.
It's a good song with translations if you don't know Korean. It's Salajang's villain.
It's good, really good.
Yeah, because in our story, we would always think that we're a good person,
Mhm.
but in another person's story, we might be the villain in there.
Exactly. I realized that high school. I kept thinking back then that, oh, why are they doing? I was so egoistic at the time. Why are they not doing this thing? Isn't life supposed to be good? But yada yada yada. Then I realized that no, maybe I'm the side character. Maybe I'm the villain in this person's story. Maybe I'm not
Yeah.
main character at all. Maybe I'm just an extra, the one who gets hit by the volleyball during extramurals. But it happened a lot, so I don't think the main character is supposed to have those experiences.
You don't know. Maybe the love interest would protect you.
Yeah, the balls kept coming to my face. There were no love interested signs. So
Oh well, maybe they're for the next person. Anyway, so that's it for the episode today.
follow us on Twitter and Instagram at What Ifs Maybes and subscribe to our YouTube channel, What Ifs and Maybes.
See you again next time. Hoping that your regrets be small and wishes stay strong. Bye bye.
Bye! Bye, Nina!